So I'm sitting in this box van. You can hear it echoing back there. I picked this up off my neighbor, really cheap, and I guess he didn't feel like working on it. It has a crank but no start. But the cool thing is, this is an IDI motor, so it's the same. Well, that's a 6.9 IDI that's sitting in the dually there, and this is a 7.3 IDI. This is right before they came out with the Power Strokes. It wasn't long after they started bolting the turbos onto these, but they're very simple motors. I don't feel like working on it, but the fact that it's an IDI, it's kind of like no-brainer. Grab the things. It has a brand new transmission in it. I got it for so cheap. I was like, yeah, let's pull it up on the property because it can't be that hard to fix. $19.11.
Yeah, I've been using it.
On a pillow.
To run down to the parts store, get some little connectors for the speakers.
Immediately, I'm telling you, it's going to be glow plugs. Not the glow plugs themselves, but something with the glow plug relay or controller. So I'm going to rip into this, and supposedly there was a broken wire, so I'm going to track that down. Decide that has anything to even do with the relay, which is right here. And all the connections, it has a new starter on it because somebody's cranking and blew the starter out. That's funny, I did with that truck over there. But the leads going down to the starter are all rigged together, and then the battery's not even connected. There's not even terminal ends because it's just so corroded up. It's just a mess. So we're gonna try to clean all that up, see if we can't get the fire up. I'm unmotivated. I might just give up and go cook some bacon. You hear that noise? That's coming from, that's the glow plug relay right there. Underneath is a box, which basically that box keeps it separate from the PCM. So that box controls the glow plugs all on its own. It's its own little system. But here's what we need to do. Get a test light, test all the glow plugs right on down the line and see if all the glow plugs are bad. That could be a symptom of why that's acting like that, and I gotta spend the $70 for another glow plug instead of glow plugs. Just picked up a new test light since they kind of ruined mine. Anyway, I'm gonna show you something right in here with this test light. This test light's on the positive of the battery. I'm gonna touch this glow plug. It does nothing. So I come on to the next one. Watch when I touch this one. See how it lights up? Not very bright, but it lights up. That tells me that this glow plug here did not light up. Is junk. It's bad. If these glow plugs are bad, that's going to mess with this relay because it doesn't have the proper resistance. So I'm going to come through here, figure out how many of these are bad. If the majority are bad, we got to replace all of them. So that one glow plug that I showed was bad. That was the only one that was bad, which is really, to me, it's kind of odd that only one of them went bad. But that's good. I'm going to leave one bad one. I'm not going to mess with it because that would not create a no start. Well, the biggest problem with how my relay was clicking is voltage. There's a major voltage and or amperage problem, and that is because there's only one battery in this, and there's supposed to be two. And that one battery is pretty much shot. As soon as I try to do anything with this, try to turn the key, it just drains that battery right away. So I'm going to try to put some fresh batteries on there. I have some that I'm not sure if they're good or not, so I'm going to have to run down to the store tomorrow and get them draw tested. Just trying to get the batteries out of this truck here. You got all these little bees. That's just a couple of them. There's a bunch of them. And they start stinging me. So I have this, which is, well, I know I felt with gasoline. I spray them with gasoline, but that didn't seem to kill them. In fact, it might just, here, you can watch. I think it just pisses them off. Let's hunt this a couple times. Alright. Oh yeah, now they're coming for me. Yeah, that makes them mad. You'd think being gasoline would kill them. If you refer back to one of my previous vlogs, and I probably talked about it a couple times. Tractor Supply batteries are like $100, and I said about how they have like a 2.5-year warranty on them. And I know that I go through batteries pretty easy, pretty quick. So I have 2 of them in the back now, and I need some batteries to really work on that box truck. So I grabbed some out of the dually, and I know they're dead by now because they just sat around for a year. And I actually got the receipt. I'm that good that I was able to hang on to the receipt to get some brand new batteries for free. I never actually honored their exchange yet, so. Alright, that's a slow click now, and that comes from that glow plug being bad. That's good. It's working. The glow plug needs replaced, but it's working. Now the new issue is see all that fuel is pouring out of that injector? I'm not sure why, but it's coming out between this fuel line and the injector, where the injector seats in itself. And there's another one in the very front that's doing the same thing. I will address that. Some issues is there's a return line here. It's all chewed up, so I might replace this return line. Somebody tried to tape it. That could potentially give some problems. But I think I can still get it started. So I need to try to get enough fuel. Right now, I'm starting to create some pressure, so it tells me that the main lift pump is working because I got some pressure off the Schrader valve. What are we doing?
Hooking up hoses and whatnot.
What are those for?
What was it, for the fuel? No?
Return lines.
Return line, yeah.
Yep. These are return lines for the IDI motor in the van. Hey, we can get that thing run today?
I think so.
We're pretty close.
We'll try.
Like, after all these return lines are done, the injectors are already off to bleed it. Oh, he got the bejesus clamp. Alright, I need these O-rings for the top of my injectors. For those return cups to sit on. And I almost have everything all prepped there. Let's do one of these bejesus clamps so I can get that. I'm working way down here on these injectors here. And you got 2 O-rings. You can see the slots, 1 and 2. And right there, that's a pretty good view. So anyway, I'm gonna put these O-rings on and keep hooking up return lines. All the return lines were leaking, and the problem with that is that lets air into the pump. So actually, return lines actually circulate back up into the fuel filter on one side. And anyway, it's pulling air into the system. They're all leaking, so this thing is not going to start like that. You should physically feel them snap down on there. If you see this injector right here, there's a gap. There's like this adapter that goes on there. I'm not sure. This is the only injector like it where it has this adapter. I don't know what the idea of that is. Regardless, that screws down on there. So if I stop dropping it down the glow plugs, shoot. My fingers don't work like that. Okay, so that's the one there. We're going to tighten that down. Oh, Tidy's just standing behind me here. Oh, that's weird. Tidy's been listening to me talk to myself. And then this piece is going to go on top here. And that's going to be just like that. The rest of it, I'm not putting these injector lines back on because we have to bleed the fuel system. Look, I took the whole fuel filter out just to give me room. So just what do you got? The new lines, let's see them. How these ones look.
Pretty good.
Them will do.
Alright, sweet.
We've got to cut the frame off. Here and here. That way we have 2 pieces of C-channel framing.
Visit a store today.
Alright, so there was some fuel left in this, some, just a little bit. About 20 gallons of fuel left in the fuel tank here. And I guess you could reuse it.
Could. I mean, technically we are reusing it.
We have a,
It's not perfect.
Zay came up with a better idea. Yeah, watch this.
Oh yeah.